reload a little bit.
Oh, there you go here, pal.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Let me just add Astra some whiskey to this. Let me add Astra some whiskey.
I don't know.
Let me add Astra some whiskey to this.
I don't know how that's working.
What up, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Whiskey Business. My name's Josh.
And I'm Mike.
And we're here to let you know just how drunk you have to get on space wine to see Ad Astra.
Space wine sounds pretty good. You think it's like floating and you're like... You know what I mean? Because you're like in space.
Oh,
you're
I thought someone was like holding a donut on like a string and
I will remain calm.
Ad Astra is basically Apocalypse Now, but in space. Brad Pitt is an astronaut who finds out that his father is actually gone AWOL from the Space Force thing they have in the future, and he's doing something that can threaten the entire solar system. So Brad Pitt has to go on this top secret mission to find his father and tell him to stop being a dick.
I mean, it's basically almost like this save the universe type movie, but it's a lot more serious than save the universe would, come to.
It's got like a very personal story to it. It's not just like fighting aliens or whatever. It's like a more emotional story. One of my favorite things about this whole movie is that all the sci-fi stuff is like very believable. It's like they set it in a world that could be like 50 years from now or something, so it seems like it's just understandable enough that it seems realistic. It doesn't seem so fucking crazy far out. And I think Brad Pitt was awesome in this movie. He starts out as this very calm and collected dude who's like known for having the most calm heartbeat of like everyone in the fucking Space Force. He like doesn't crack under pressure at all, and like as the movie goes on, as he gets close to his dad, you could see him like start to like slowly break down and start to lose his cool and freak out and get pissed and get sad and go through all this crazy shit that he's like been trying to push down his whole fucking life. Like, I'm a fucking spaceman. I'm a tough spaceman. As he gets closer, he's starting to unravel.
I'm a little space boy. I swear I'm a sad space boy. This is one of those movies where Josh and I differ quite a bit. Like, he really liked the movie. I wasn't too enthused about it, but the most positive thing I can say about this movie is this had a really good, in my opinion, original story.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, so Brad Pitt is like almost trying to fill the shoes of his dad that he never knew. He's then found out that he's sent on this top secret mission, but he's not told everything. He kind of like discovers more stuff along the way, and you, the viewer, actually discover that same stuff along with him the entire time.
The action, there's a few action scenes, and they're very unique. There's stuff that you haven't seen before. Like there's like a fucking car chase on the moon that's pretty fucking badass. It's like very minimal action, but when it's happening, it's super intense because the mission is as at stake there, and he's got to fucking get through this shit, or else the fucking solar system's gonna explode, or whatever the fuck he's trying to stop. I like this movie a lot, but I think at times it was bordering on getting a little too artsy. Like a little, like it was about as much as I could possibly take. There's a lot of like really long shots and of like just shit floating, and then like Brad Pitt having this inner monologue. It's like basically like reading poetry almost as he's like going through shit. I could see people being very bored in this movie, but I'm a sucker for all the sci-fi shit. Anytime a movie's set in space, I'm already starting at a sober level. Like, okay, you got to try real hard to fuck this up for me because I like space a lot.
Josh makes a really good point because honestly, I feel like this movie was too artsy for me. There was multiple scenes, in my opinion, where I was like, come on, guys. There were so many close-up scenes of Brad Pitt. Don't get me wrong, Brad Pitt's a great actor. He did really good in this role. He does good at most stuff, but it kind of felt like this was a movie just wanting to show that Brad Pitt is a beautiful man 24 for 2 hours straight.
Are they wrong? Have you seen the guy's face?
I'm just saying.
A good sign of a really good movie is if it sticks with you after you leave the theater. If you're thinking about it for days later, hours later, you know, it did something to resonate with you at some level, and you know that's what we're there for. And I left this movie, I still haven't stopped thinking about it. I thought it was very well made, and I would give Ad Astra a sober. Borderline Prohibition. This might be one of my favorite movies I've seen this year. I really, really enjoyed this. If you like movies like Apocalypse Now or like 2001: A Space Odyssey, this is something right up your alley.
So,
can't wait for this.
For my review, I'm probably gonna give it a drunk. I feel like if you get pretty, you know, intoxicated and stuff, you might really enjoy some of the good action scenes, some of the really good space scenes. Brad Pitt's character starts off, in my opinion, very robotic. You know, he's very kind of emotionless.
But that's done on purpose.
No, I know. It's done on purpose to show like he's like a well-made, well-trained astronaut. And I get that, but it also kept me from like really kind of caring about him too much. The story alone, I think, was amazing. But I just feel like the movie could have been done a little bit better, which is why I give it a drunk.
You know, you should see this movie because it's one of the only movies out right now that doesn't have a fucking 3 at the end of it. It's a new movie, a new idea.
It's very true.
And fucking, you gotta go to this shit or else we're just gonna keep getting Rambos.
It's the endless void.
The world awaits our discovery, my son.
Well, cheers until next time. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and comment down below. Let us know what's your favorite sci-fi realistic depiction of the future movies.
Ooh, I was just gonna say that.
No way.
I was gonna say that exact thing.